Hello, my name is Carolina Mariposa. I am a medical intuitive who also has a background in early childhood mental health, psychology, and a variety of holistic healing practices. And I founded Butterfly Grove to support highly sensitive children, teens, and parents in feeling more grounded, joyful, creative, and empowered. Today's video is about the topic of joy. And I wanted to make this video because oftentimes when highly sensitive children, teens, or parents come my way, they are experiencing a joy deficit. They are experiencing feelings of regular frustration, irritability, stress, maybe sadness and depression. It can be hard sometimes to be a highly sensitive person. That's because we're always getting so much input from our environment and it overloads our sensitive systems. And it's hard to really find a place of feeling centered, feeling good, because we're spending so much time just sort of fending off what's coming in from around us. One tool that I like to encourage my clients to use in Butterfly Grove is the idea of having a joy practice. And this may sound a little weird at first, but if you think about it, if you're trying to learn anything like a musical instrument or a new language, or you're trying to even just learn things from school, or if you're a grown-up, if you're trying to have a meditation practice or a regular self-care practice like yoga, it's important to do it regularly. And what I find with joy and highly sensitive people is that the more we practice it, the easier it is to actually feel joy on a regular basis. So there are a few key elements of any joy practice that I want to introduce to you today for you to think about. So the first one, and it may sound a little woo-woo to anyone listening, but I promise it works. If you set an intention to experience more joy, you are setting the energy in motion for that to happen. And a lot of people don't believe in the power of intention, or they think it's kind of silly. But in my experience working with highly sensitive people, setting an intention and repeating that intention over and over again throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, makes it more likely for that thing that you're intending to happen. So as silly as you may feel, start with the number one part of your practice, which is setting the intention to experience more joy. You can write it down, or you can just say it to yourself internally. My intention is to experience more joy. What you may also do as part of setting that intention is look at the things that already give you joy in your life. So it may be people, it may be activities, it may be behaviors that you do, it may be music that you love or a creative process. Find those things that make you joyful and affirm for yourself as part of your intention to have more joy in your life that you're going to do more of those things or spend more time on those things or with those people, if they're people that give you joy. Another element that's important for highly sensitive people especially is to notice joy in your body. Because we can have the intention, we can have the idea, but basically highly sensitive people really feel things in our bodies. We feel sadness in our bodies, we feel frustration in our bodies. So we also want to know what joy feels like in our bodies. For most people, it feels expansive versus tight or contracting. And so you may notice when you're doing joyful activities or you're with people who make you joyful, how your body feels. Do you feel more expansive? And if so, where in your body do you feel that? It's important to always bring your joy practice back to that embodied place where you really locate the feeling in your body. And if you're feeling a tightness in your body or a stress, you can actually introduce the idea that you are bringing the joy to that stressful part of your body. So say, for example, you have a knot in your stomach. You can repeat to yourself, I am bringing the energy of joy to this knot in my stomach. I am bringing this energy of joy to this knot in my stomach. And again, it may seem silly, but if you repeat it gently, if you keep doing it, that knot in your stomach is going to shift. It's a very powerful healing that you give to yourself when you intend to kind of wrap any stress you might have in the energy of joy. So once you have the intention to create more joy in your life, and then you have the visceral reference point for that joy, you want to set a time aside each day to practice with that joy. And the practice can be as short or as long as you want it to be. It can be multiple times a day if you are able to do that, but at least set about 10 minutes aside each day for your joy practice. And in those 10 minutes, either do one of the things that you know brings you joy. So whether it's just sitting and looking at a tree outside, or listening to some music alone in your room, or just hanging out without talking with someone that you care about. Or if you don't want to do an activity, you can do an internal practice where you close your eyes and you try to recall that feeling of joy that those activities or those people in your life that bring you joy give you. So you want to locate the physical sensation in your body in that practice. So that's sort of like a meditation where you just close your eyes, maybe you put your hands on your heart, and you try to recall a memory of a joyful time or doing the activities that bring you joy. And then you notice how that shifts your body internally. So it can be one or both of those, either the activities that are sort of external that bring you joy, or a more internal kind of meditative focus on the joy. And then the final part of the practice is to just notice throughout your day and your week and your month any changes that this brings. What I can tell you is that a lot of the people who have practiced this in my work with them find that they're feeling joyful more often throughout the week, not only during the time where they're practicing being joyful, but also spontaneously throughout their day. They're finding more joy in simple things like hanging out with their sister and their sister makes a funny joke and that just brings them joy. Or walking to school, they might notice the beauty of the trees or the sunrise, and they feel more joyful. So this is something that you can expect as you practice your joy more often, is that it will be part of your day more often, which is such an important antidote to the stress and overwhelm that highly sensitive kids, teens, and parents feel on a regular basis. I hope this video was helpful for you as a highly sensitive child, teen, or parent, in providing you with some strategies to help you cope with your feelings of stress and overwhelm. I know that when you're a highly sensitive person, it can feel very overwhelming and stressful at times, and I am dedicated to helping you feel more empowered and grounded and excited about being a highly sensitive person. There are so many gifts that highly sensitive kids, teens, and parents have to offer the world. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one or as a family, I encourage you to get in touch with me using the links below. I work globally by Zoom and also in person in the California Bay Area. So thanks again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.